Well, guys, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, he's doing a great job there in Texas. I mean, this guy fights for the rights of Christians, pastors. He signed a bill a couple of weeks ago that was going to make being a sanctuary city in the state of Texas illegal. And if anybody tried, they would be sued. I mean, this guy is awesome. I mean, if I ever had to live anywhere, I'd probably pick Texas to live. And I wouldn't even mind seeing this guy run for president someday, if he ever, has the desire to do so. Well, on Sunday, he signed what they're calling the Sermon Safeguard Bill in Texas. This is pretty historic. He actually did this at a megachurch there in the Houston area, which basically what this bill does, it's going to be protecting pastors there in Texas from having and being forced to give over their sermon notes to the governor or any other political figure, especially like mayors and stuff like this, because this happened a couple of years ago where they were trying to force some Houston pastors to give up their sermons, guys, because they're trying to go through there and they're trying to look for hate speech and all this stuff. Just basically, I mean, we were like that close to really seeing the censorship of, Christians, of pastors. I mean, this is something, guys, we'll see when the Antichrist shows up. I mean, they were trying to push this early, and it was a scary thing. But Governor Greg Abbott says no more. This is not going to happen, okay? They will not be forced, these pastors will not be forced to give up their sermons to the government any longer, okay? So he's doing just a phenomenal job there in Texas. Like I said, he signed this bill at a local church there in Houston. It was over at the Grace Community Church in the Woodlands, and he was surrounded by many other faith leaders while he did this as well. Now, in a statement made Sunday, Abbott vowed to, quote, always fight to preserve our religious liberty as Americans and as Texans. He goes on here to say that efforts to erode religious liberty are a threat to all liberty. And our religious leaders must be absolutely secure in the knowledge that religious freedom is beyond the reach of government. I am proud to sign this bill to shield our pastors' sermons from being given a subpoena and their right to speak freely about their faith. Also known as the Sermon Safeguard Bill, SB 24, was introduced last December and received overwhelming support in both the House and the state legislators. Now, a government unit may not, in any civil action or other civil or administrative proceedings to which the government unit is a party, compel the production or disclosure of a written copy or audio or video recording of a sermon delivered by a religious leader during religious worship of a religious organization, or compel the religious leader to testify regarding that sermon. That's what the bill SB 24 reads. Okay, the Sermon Safeguard Bill came as a direct response to the controversial 2014 move by Houston city government to subpoena the sermon text of 5 pastors who supported overturning a local pro-LGBT ordinance. Again, guys, like I told you, I remember when this happened. I remember when this story broke. I mean, this is 3 years ago now. I mean, I was stunned. I was really, really stunned. I hadn't even started on YouTube at that point yet. I hadn't really started doing any videos. But I was just kind of taking a look and seeing what was happening in the world. And I said, this is ridiculous. Christians got to do something about this. So thank God that we have Governor Greg Abbott in Texas. It's a great sign. The pastors are being encouraged now, guys, of people to sign on to a petition to strike down Houston's controversial equal rights ordinance, who critics claimed would force businesses to allow men to use women's restrooms. We knew that was going on there in Texas as well. So all kinds of things, guys, happening in Texas. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of Christians there in Texas. And I know you guys must be praying. I've been to Texas before. When I was there back in 2012. I was in the Fort Worth area. I went out to a Kenneth Copeland convention there in Fort Worth. And I'll tell you what, I mean, everybody that I ran into, you guys in Texas, nothing but nice people there. I mean, right in the Bible Belt. Good, solid, conservative Christian people there in Texas. So kudos to you guys for standing up, for not being silenced in this, and the fact that, God has answered your prayers. He has heard your prayers. He's given you a great governor who's really looking to take care of the pastors. I mean, he's looking after the best interests of the state, protecting Texas from illegal immigrants trying to cross over the border. He's putting a stop to sanctuary cities. He's basically not even going to let them get off the ground, which is awesome. I mean, and this bill is cool too, guys, because in addition to him signing the sermon bill that he just did, the sermon safeguard bill, we know that a couple of weeks ago, President Trump signed the new bill, the religious liberty bill, that is now going to allow pastors to speak freely from the pulpit in regards to anything political. We know that was part of the Johnson Amendment, and Trump talked about that in his campaign. He says, I will, if I become president, and he did, I will sign a bill that will allow you to speak freely from the pulpit, and that's without fear of losing their 501c3, the tax exempt status, and everything like that. So Texas is now given a double blessing. So not only do you have the religious liberty bill signed by Trump, so they don't have to be afraid to speak about anything political from the pulpit, but now, in addition to the sermon safeguard bill signed by Governor Greg Abbott, you guys in Texas will not be in any danger of having to give over your sermons to the government. It's none of their business. They need to stay out of it. You do not have to fear being given a subpoena, nothing like that. So again, I am just overjoyed for the state of Texas, Greg Abbott, and all you good people there in the state for just really rallying and praying. So great news for you guys. Absolutely great news. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll continue to see more of this happen in other states too, not just Texas. We need good leaders, guys. I mean, if you're watching this video, if you're ever thought about running for office or something, we need good conservative people to really start taking control. We need this movement to continue. We don't know how long we've been given a reprieve by the Lord with Trump in office. I don't know how long until the Lord calls us home. But until he does, we need to occupy the time and then continue to do everything in our part to get the gospel out there. And Governor Greg Abbott has done just that with this new sermon safeguard bill. So awesome stuff, guys. I'll be back with more. If you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe to my channel, CardsFan480. You guys can find me right here on YouTube. Also, sometimes over on Periscope, you can look me up there as well. Same name. All right, guys, I will continue here to bring you all the latest breaking news, prophecy headlines, and current world events. Most importantly, guys, if you've never given your life to Jesus Christ, if you would like to do so, please let me know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know you would like to receive Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. What a time to do so. You know, we're living in prophetic times. I'll tell you what, if you've thought about it, give your life over to Christ today. It would be my honor to pray with you, myself, and help you lead you to the Lord today. All right, guys, I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. Don't forget to share these videos with your friends and family. God bless each and every single one of you. God bless the state of Texas. And I'll talk with you guys soon.